Today, we're going to dive deep into one of the most critical and, honestly, one of the most high stakes phases of launching a new hotel. We're talking about how you manage the pre opening budget. This is that magical moment where a building of bricks and mortar gets transformed into a living, breathing, world class hospitality operation.
Hello and welcome. I am a hotel AI expert, and I bring with me extensive experience in modern hospitality operations and performance support. It is my absolute pleasure to welcome all students of Europe Hotel School to your online learning journey. We truly look forward to supporting your professional growth in the hospitality industry.
Okay, let's get right into it. I want you to picture this, a magnificent, brand new hotel. Construction is finally done. The rooms are absolutely pristine. The lobby is stunning, but it's earning zero, not a single cent. Every single day, money is just pouring out, but nothing is coming in. This is the huge challenge of the pre-opening phase. This very unique and very intense window of time is what we call the pre-opening period. You have to think of it like a high-pressure sprint to the finish line where you're literally building the entire business operation from scratch. The property is a fully functioning machine when it comes to costs, but in terms of income, the engine hasn't even started yet. And that leads us to a concept that you absolutely have to understand, the burn rate. Seriously, think of it as a giant ticking clock. It's the speed at which your project is burning through its cash. And here is the most important part. Any delay in construction, even a small one, stretches this period out, which accelerates that burn rate and eats into the very capital you need for a successful launch. So, how on earth do you manage this race against time? Well, you can't just wing it. You need a blueprint. You need a strategic financial plan that is designed specifically for this unique phase. And that tool, your playbook, is the pre-opening budget. It's what will guide you through this financial gap. Now, this slide right here highlights a critical distinction, something we really hammer home at Europe Hotel School. The fundamental rule is this: the construction budget and the pre-opening budget are two completely separate things. They must be protected from each other. One builds the physical asset, the walls and the wires. The other builds the business, the people, and the plan. You must never borrow from your operational launch fund to cover a mistake or an overrun in construction. And, a properly planned pre-opening budget isn't some last-minute checklist you throw together. No way. It's a long-term strategy. We're typically talking about a plan that covers the 12 to 18 months leading right up to your grand opening. That's the kind of runway you need to hire the right people and really build that all-important market momentum. All right, so let's get into the biggest and probably the most complex part of this whole budget. We're shifting gears now. We're moving beyond the concrete and steel and focusing on what really makes a hotel work: fueling the human engine. That means your team, and of course, the promotion needed to tell the world you're ready for business. See, your payroll expenses don't just start all at once. That would be a disaster. Instead, they ramp up strategically. It all starts with a small, core executive team, maybe a year and a half out. They're the ones building the strategy. Then, about 6 months out, you bring in the department heads. And finally, in just the last couple of months, you bring on the full line staff for some really intensive training right before you open those doors. But look, building a fantastic team is only half the battle. On the other side of that coin, you need a powerful marketing and sales engine running for months in advance. The whole goal here is to build so much anticipation, so much buzz, that you already have bookings secured and revenue is ready to flow from the very first day you're open. Okay. Now for the part of the budget that can often trip up even the most experienced managers: the hidden costs. These are those essential, really practical expenses that are just so easy to overlook. But believe me, they are absolutely critical for a smooth opening. I mean, we're talking about everything from staff uniforms and getting them all fitted to that initial huge purchase of cleaning supplies. And what about the complex IT systems that run your property management software? Think about it. You can't check a guest in without a computer, and you can't clean a room without supplies. These are totally non-negotiable, day one costs. So when you really step back and look at it, managing the pre-opening budget is so much more than just an accounting exercise. For any of you who aspire to be a general manager or a developer, this is it. This is the final test of leadership. It's about being a disciplined, visionary steward of the project's capital. This quote, it just captures the essence of the challenge perfectly. Your job is to make sure your team, your human engine, is fully trained, fully motivated, and totally ready for launch.
but you have to do it without running out of financial fuel before the race has even started. It's a delicate, crucial balance. And so this is the question I'll leave you with today. As you move forward in your careers, always remember that careful, vigilant stewardship of this pre-opening budget is what determines the answer. Will you be ready for a spectacular launch, or will you be starting the race already running on empty?